Welcome into Jags A.M. Kainani Stevens, Brian Sexton, John Oehser with you today as we're getting ready for Week 11. Jaguars are going to face off against the Chargers here at Everbank Stadium on Sunday. So let's get into our big things for you today. Brought to you by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association. Benefits for federal employees and retirees. Big thing number one is response. Obviously, we didn't see the game we wanted to see against the Texans, specifically in the fourth quarter last week. Liam Cohen talked about the importance of a good response from his team.
Yeah, we do need to respond. It is part of us. And, we talked a lot about today that the soul of sport is team, the soul of sport. Why do we want our kids to play sport? Because of the lessons that it does and provides you as people, as teammates, as men. And that connection is what's going to get us over the hump in those moments and in a tough time like coming off a loss like Sunday.
Brian, you asked Liam Cohen about what he wanted to see out of his team this week, what the response needed to be, and talked a lot about team. I think we're going to learn a lot about this team on Sunday.
Well, listen, Liam is he is always looking at his team, but I was curious, because of the way that game ended, is he diving deeper into his team's mindset? And as you heard, his answer there was pretty consistent. He's got a level, a standard that he expects his team to play to. I offer you this. Just because they didn't doesn't mean they can't, right? Just because they didn't play well in the fourth quarter last week, didn't really show up at all, doesn't mean they can't step out on the field and play well. A coach I admire greatly shared that with me probably 10 years ago. And it has always rung true that just because you have a bad day on one Sunday and you show holes, you expose some deficiencies, doesn't mean that your coaching staff can't put something together and then the team go out on the field and play well on Sunday. I know there's a lot of consternation. This is a 7-3 team. They're coming in on a 3-game winning streak. Justin Herbert's as good a quarterback as there is right now. But the response should be this. Just because we didn't doesn't mean we can't.
Yeah, the consternation is real. This is a really tough matchup. And I think anybody who watched Liam Cohen's press conference after the Texans game, you could see, he said the locker room was shell-shocked. How they respond this week is critical and started right after that game. I don't know how to predict it. It's a big game on that front. I absolutely believe that the team will respond to Liam Cohen. How they respond on Sunday, they need to play well. I don't know if, winning, yes, you want to win. But for this team's psyche, playing well on Sunday against a really good Chargers team is important.
Let's get into big thing number two, which is let it rip. We've heard a lot of criticism, and I think some of it fair, against both the defense and the quarterback so far, what we've seen from Trevor Lawrence's play. Liam Cohen talked a little bit about his conversation that he had with QB1.
Hey, man, cut it loose and let it rip, when we do have some of those opportunities. And, hey, man, we don't want to turn the ball over, right? We want to turn it over on defense and we want to keep it on offense, but we can't, be thinking about that or trying to play to not make a mistake at all, right? And so the message for Trev and our conversation is to just go cut it loose, let it rip, and see what happens, right? You don't need to be Jordan, point guards, facilitators, distributors. That's what we need, and that's what we talked about yesterday.
John, how important is that kind of message of just not taking it too seriously, not playing too tight, and going out there and playing football?
Yeah, I assume he was referring to Michael Jordan, not Billy Jordan, who I played high school basketball with.
No, I think it might be the Mike guy.
So Billy would not be the guy that you wanted to pattern yourself after. Look, it's easy to see why there would be a little bit of hesitation with Trevor. You're still in your first system in a new offense. You don't want to have turnovers hurt your team. And I think that is why the offensive line gets blamed for sacks, Brian, but sometimes they're quarterbacks, sometimes they're many, many things. I do think Liam wants to say, look, if your first read is there and it's a little bit of a chance throw, don't make a stupid mistake, but over the course of the last 10 games, if you have 4 or 5 more interceptions, but you're being aggressive and getting to that read we want, then I think the aggression will counter the negative of the interceptions in Liam Cohen's mind. Go after it. We have to make this offense work.
Listen, I'm all for it, but I can also understand why he would hold back. Look at all the drops that he's had this year. The Jaguars lead the league in drops. How many times has he put the ball out there only to have someone drop it? So you can see why he might be a little bit more cautious. And I haven't looked lately, John, but I think he's still the quarterback with the most turnovers since he came into the league in 2021. And the message has been protect the ball, protect the ball, protect the ball. So Liam's got to pull him through it and get him to a gunslinger mentality. Does he have that? I don't know, but he has the talent to do that. So it'll be interesting to see how he evolves through it. Just a side note, he was asked about Liam's comments during his press conference later in the day. I'm a body language guy. I didn't sense that he really loved the question, that he liked that line. I think he has been put under the microscope to such a degree that maybe he's growing weary of it, and maybe that will push him through to think, the hell with it. I'm just going to let it fly. I hope so.
I think the pressure's going to stay on, so hopefully that does come true. Our third big thing today is the third time's the charm. We're going to talk a little bit about the Chargers coming up in the next block, but right now, one of the things they do best is converting on third down and also on defense, stopping their opponents on third down. Brian, that's something we've talked about here for years as being an issue for the Jaguars, but the Chargers seem to have it down right now.
They do, and obviously they're a well-coached football team. They're very balanced. They've got weapons at all three levels, and they've got the ability to go where they want to go, and a quarterback who's performing at a high level. That makes a big difference. The penalties, obviously, John, they're not putting themselves in 2nd and 12 or 3rd down and 13. They're giving themselves opportunities to stay ahead of the chains, and the Jaguars haven't got that done. I will say this. I think that Jim Harbaugh is an excellent football coach. I said the other day, whether he was at the University of San Diego, the San Francisco 49ers, or Michigan, the guy has won everywhere he's gone with a very smart, tough football team. So it doesn't surprise me at all that they're really good on those money downs on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I haven't dug into this stat for the Chargers, but my guess is they keep themselves in pretty good third down situations offensively, shorter yardage, and they play good defense early in series to get into 3rd and long. It's usually what third down efficiency is all about. They're good, and they're tough, and they play good defense, and they run the ball well at key times. That's what helps them be good on third down, and the Jaguars could take a note from that, particularly what Brian talked about. The penalties are what kill the Jaguars on both of these downs when you compare them to the Chargers.
For sure. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up, I'll check in with one of the Chargers media members to learn more about the team.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. For over 50 years, Fields Auto Group has been America's premier family-owned luxury auto group, selling the most iconic brands in the world. We understand the luxury customer and provide an extraordinary car buying and service experience. It's not just about selling cars. Fields is focused on building lifelong relationships. We invite you to visit Fields and enjoy an honest and memorable luxury car buying experience.
Hey sports fans, CSX is delivering big wins. Every day, CSX is on the move, delivering the freight that keeps America on track. From raw materials to finished goods, we connect businesses and communities across the nation with safe, reliable rail transportation. Just like your favorite team, CSX is built on teamwork, precision, and a commitment to excellence. From moving freight efficiently to supporting local economies, CSX is always pulling for progress. CSX, we're pulling for America.
Listen up. If our kids are going to grow up healthy, we have to work together out there. A healthier tomorrow depends on the calls that we make today. It's about eating right and focusing on their physical and mental health. We should be reading to our kids every night. Can you give me 60 minutes of physical activity every day?
Yes, I can.
This is our healthy playbook. We do this as a team. Our kids win. Who's with me?
Get healthy at nemours.org/Jaguars. Nemours Children's Health, proud pediatric partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. A sub so bold they had to name it after the team that roars. Packed with protein and made to satisfy a football-sized appetite, it's stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, and roast beef. Topped with provolone, fresh veggies, and their new pickle drizzle. Order the new Jag Stack in the app right now. Available for a limited time at participating Jacksonville Firehouse Subs restaurants. The hottest subs in Duval.
Can you imagine rising for work before the crack of dawn? Tending to hundreds of acres of land before dusk? Well, that's what happens on 47,000 Florida farms every day. Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family. And you can help support them by enjoying delicious fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Fields Auto Group. See Fields first, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. Go to fieldsauto.com. And this Sunday's game, Jaguars against the Chargers, brought to you by CSX. Welcome into Behind Enemy Lines, where we check in with a media member from the Jaguars' opponent. This week they're playing the Chargers, so we're checking in with Shannon Farron, Chargers sideline reporter. Shannon, thanks for joining us. We're looking forward to this. I know you're in a different time clock than us, so I appreciate you joining me today.
Of course, happy to be here and happy to come out and see y'all in Jacksonville in a couple days.
Absolutely. We know you guys are having quite an up and down season, obviously doing really great in the playoff hunt right now after a big win over the Steelers, but you still haven't had your bye week. So how's this season been going as a whole and kind of battling through with injuries and whatnot?
Yeah, it feels like usually the Chargers get hit by the injury bug more than any other team. At least that's what Chargers fans will tell you. This season around the NFL, it seems like every team is getting a dose of this. But you can't forget the fact that the Chargers have missed 2 All-Pros on the line there. It's hard to come by a great tackle in this league, as everybody knows. Guys that are that big, they're just few and far between, that big and that physical. And we had 2 great guys in Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater to lock down both sides of that O-line to protect Justin Herbert. And that all fell apart pretty quickly this season, unfortunately, for those guys. So we have the 30th ranked offensive line in the NFL. Now, the guys that have stepped up and played behind the guys that we have lost will tell you that they are not 30th in the league. And I would agree with that. It's a rough assessment. But that said, 30th ranked, and you're still looking at what Justin Herbert can do. When you look at, what is he? I think they're top, or they're tied for the top when it comes to third down offense. Yeah. Justin Herbert, I think, is second in the league when it comes to passing yards at quarterback. At first, I think, when it comes to rushing yards. So when it comes to what Justin Herbert can do with anybody protecting him, it's pretty special.
Have you seen Herbert progress? Obviously, we know he's super talented, but now with kind of the consistency Harbaugh's brought to the team, just his progression, even with the injuries around him, but just still having some targets he trusts in.
Yeah, rookie quarterbacks come into this league and they often complain, I've had 16 offensive coordinators in 3 years, and I'm exaggerating, but you know how it goes. And that was the case for Justin Herbert. And there is some stability. There's just this energy and this culture that's understood from day one. Hell, when Jim Harbaugh's even on the plane and hasn't landed. That's how it felt last season when he and his team came in to coach these guys. And the stability and the just belief in his players really does work, and it goes a long way.
I feel like Harbaugh's teams are always physical, and that's kind of what they hang their hat on. What have you seen from the defense so far this season?
That's exactly it. You know, this defense kind of was trying to figure out, well, they weren't trying to figure out their identity. They had it, but it wasn't showing up on game day every game. There was not a lot of consistency there. There were missed tackles, and it wasn't because they didn't care. It was because they were too eager. If you talk to any of the coaches, that's what they'll say. Everyone wants to make a big play. Everyone wants on this defense, and that's what you want as a fan and as a coach in this league, is to have these guys care, and this defense cares more than anything, and that's what showed up. That's what showed up on Sunday Night Football when you saw them just dismantle the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. When you're looking at this game against the Jaguars, who are some X-factor players, either on either side of the ball, that you're kind of looking at? They need to have a big game if the Chargers want to get a win.
I was really excited about Kamani Vidal in running back position there. I mean, he was somebody who will tell you he had if you told him what would be going on right now with him in this league, on this team right now at training camp, he would not believe you. I mean, he was pretty low on the depth chart and suddenly is thrust into the number one back role, and he has shined. And every week, every touch he gets, each rep he gets, he proves why he can absolutely be the number one back. You get that running game going with Justin Herbert and the protection of that much better than 30th in the league offensive line, and you get to be more than one-dimensional. You know, you don't force Justin into doing things that make him uncomfortable. He does have 8 interceptions on the season so far, and some of those are not fair to put underneath his name, but also you get that run game going. It opens up the offense wide open where he gets to make sure everyone eats, and that's what Justin Herbert does. When you look at his targets, it's not just Keenan Allen. In fact, it's not Keenan Allen most of the time, and that's crazy because Keenan's obviously the easy go-to guy.
Absolutely. We know that name very well, and I'm sure he'll find his way to be involved a bit on Sunday. But we look forward to the matchup. Shannon, thanks so much for joining us.
All right. Take care. Nice to see you.
That was Behind Enemy Lines with Shannon Farron, Chargers sideline reporter for Chargers Radio. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you what we think the headlines are going to be on Monday morning.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here, so let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
We have vehicles on the ground and ready to go. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs. Stop searching for your next luxury vehicle and see Fields first.
And get an incredible offer like this.
Right now, save up to $10,000 on remaining new 2024 Porsche models in stock at Porsche Jacksonville. Go to PorscheJacksonville.com.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect plate. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jax. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit Sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit Jaguars.com/forward together.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Donate blood and save lives on the Big Red Bus, the annual Tailgate Blood Drive on November 22nd at Daly's Place. Blood donors score a free Jaguars home game ticket. For more info, go to oneblood.com/Jaguars. And Sudeth Moving and Storage, Florida's most trusted and dependable moving company. Sudeth, proud to be the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Get a guaranteed quote. Visit sudeth.com/Jacksonville. Welcome back to Jags A.M. Welcome to the future. Sudeth is sponsoring, of course, tomorrow's headlines today as we look ahead to Monday and we predict what we think the headlines are going to be after this Jaguars-Chargers game, that playoff 2022 rematch. Hopefully not as dramatic as that. I don't think my heart can take it at this point. Brian, what do you think we're going to see?
I went with one that was pretty wide open. So I said pressure's on, meaning if the Jaguars are going to win on Sunday, they need Josh Hines-Allen to be their highest paid defensive player, which he is. They need him to be a guy who makes plays. But since he signed his big contract, he only has 10 sacks. And he is a guy that they need to come through big time. If he has a big game, they can win. If he doesn't have a big game, then the pressure's on him because people are saying, you have Herbert here, where's Josh Hines-Allen? I kind of expect him to have a big game, but I think the pressure's the key. The pressure has got to be on Herbert, and it's got to come from him.
Yeah, I went a similar way, standing tall, and I have Trayvon Walker up there for essentially the same reasons. Sometimes the matchups just cry out and say this is what it is. The Chargers this season can be beat if you pressure the quarterback. That's good news, except the Jaguars haven't pressured the quarterback, so that's not good news. But they need to stand tall in the sense of, as we've talked about all week, the themes are so obvious this week. Respond to what happened last week. You've got to stand tall and say, look, we're not the team that lost to the Texans. We're the team that's 5-4, that's contending. We still belong in this thing, which they do. But one more loss and you lost 4 out of 5, and people can legitimately say, well, you're not playing very good right now. So they have to stand tall.
Listen, last week, you saw it. I mean, Davis Mills, backup quarterback, right? But when you're down Jordan Lewis, and he didn't practice yesterday, Eric Murray's on injured reserve, Travis Hunter's now on injured reserve. If you don't get pressure, you are exposing a secondary that just doesn't have enough. They need help. It's got to come from those two guys.
I'm going against him. I'm saying it. It's happening. Shocker at the Bank, Part 2. I think the Jaguars are going to find a way to do this, and I don't know exactly how it's going to look on defense. I think they're going to have to get some takeaways again, whether that's the secondary or whether that's through, pressuring the quarterback and forcing him into things he doesn't want to do. But for me, I think this team has responded well when they've been down, maybe not responded well when they've been up, when they're playing really well and kind of letting that lag. But I think that we've seen the response so far when they've kind of had their backs against the wall a little bit. So I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep my teal glasses on. I think they're gonna do it again.
I think this is a fulcrum game for the head coach, right? I mean, it's balanced right here. You always knew there was going to be a game like this where you had a really rough week and you knew there was going to be a lot of outside criticism, and you had to calm it all down and become detached in a sense from the result last Sunday and focus forward on the opportunity that is there Sunday. And I just talking to Liam yesterday at one point after practice, he strikes me as the kind of guy who can do this. He's made for this, and I have a lot of confidence in him.
I think he's made for it. I think he's ready for it. What you wonder is if the pass rush, which again is the key matchup, if that can't get home, it may not matter how ready he is for it. I think it will. And really, what an opportunity in this sense. Yeah, it was an awful game last week. But if you had to choose going into this 2-game stretch, which game to win, playoff-wise, you probably pick the Chargers. Yeah. And if you beat them, now you've got wins over the Chargers and the Chiefs, who are big wild card. So you can come out of this with a very clean slate and legitimately say we're right back in it, and you will be. So if they've been playing a team not in that situation and you win, I don't know if you feel that great. You win this, you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, listen, I know we've said this a couple different times, but if you're 6-4 headed into the stretch of schedule that includes 2 against the Titans, the Jets, and the Cardinals, you're feeling pretty good about where you're at.
That's a good point to mention. We normally take such stock in divisional games, but at this point it might be more, if they were to make a playoff push, it'll be more of a wild card situation.
And I'm not saying they didn't want to be the Texans was a huge loss. Yeah. And winning the division, always you put priority on that. But in this case, this would be a big postseason win.
All right, stay with us on Jags A.M. We'll tell you what's coming up the rest of the week. Also, we'll look in on that injury report that came out yesterday.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. Finally, inventories and prices are customer friendly.
That's because summer's here. So let's keep it real at the Field Summer Sales Event.
New inventory is arriving daily. All new makes and models to choose from, even electric cars and SUVs.
Visit Fields today and find the fit for you.
And get an incredible offer like this.
For a limited time, get $3,000 off all Lexus TX350s in stock at Lexus of Jacksonville and Lexus of Orange Park.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Hey sports fans, CSX is delivering big wins. Every day, CSX is on the move, delivering the freight that keeps America on track. From raw materials to finished goods, we connect businesses and communities across the nation with safe, reliable rail transportation. Just like your favorite team, CSX is built on teamwork, precision, and a commitment to excellence. From moving freight efficiently to supporting local economies, CSX is always pulling for progress. CSX, we're pulling for America.
Listen up. If our kids are going to grow up healthy, we have to work together out there. A healthier tomorrow depends on the calls that we make today. It's about eating right and focusing on their physical and mental health. We should be reading to our kids every night. Can you give me 60 minutes of physical activity every day?
Yes, sir, I can.
This is our healthy playbook. We do this as a team. Our kids win. Who's with me?
Get healthy at nemours.org/Jaguars. Nemours Children's Health, proud pediatric partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Huddle up, My Gate Rewards members. Football is back. Celebrate with the Duval Meal Deal at Gate. Right now, grab a personal pizza and any 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.99. No matter what combo you choose, this meal's the perfect play. Happening now through January 5th, 2026. See store for details. A deal that's a victory for every fan. Gates got you.
Sudeth is on the 20, the 10. Yes, another successful move to a new home. I tell you, folks, I've never seen a team more prepared than the Sudeth crew. With a dominating lead in training, trust, and efficiency, it's no wonder why Sudeth is the official moving company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. For the past 100 years, Sudeth has provided local, long-distance, and international moving services in Jags. While the Jags are moving the chains on game day, Sudeth is helping you on moving day. Visit sudeth.com/Jags for a guaranteed quote.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. Zipchair is furniture for fans. Also, Jags fans, Tuesday, November 18th from 5 to 6, head to Publix at University Square on University Boulevard to meet VJ Green, Danny Strigow, Bashal Tootin, and Colin Saunders Sr. of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Jackson DeVille and the Roar will be there as well. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Come on, get that 7 right here. Fires back corner of the end zone. That ball is going to be caught for the touchdown by Parker Washington.
Oh, it's in. What a great job by Parker Washington.
Oh, my God. That's nasty. Oh, my, hey. He gave him that at one-on-ones. I was like, it's not realistic. That's realistic, man. All right, kick that mug. Knock it down, Cam. Little kicks it up. Mr. Automatic. And the 53-yard field goal is good. Come on. Oh, y'all, hold that ball. Better hold that ball. Hit as he let it go, and that ball is incomplete. Nice work in the secondary. Boy, that is a bomb of a punt. Washington fields it at the 29-yard line. Gets up the field. Go crazy, Parker. Oh, yeah. Running room for Parker Washington. Oh, my God. He gone. 45, 40. He's going to bring it back. Parker Washington. Touchdown, Jacksonville. You cold-blooded, boy. You cold-blooded, gang. That's Parker cold, man. 72 yards.
Mic'd Up, that's out now. Check it out on YouTube. We should have Greg Newsome narrate everything because we had Parker Washington mic'd up. Parker doesn't talk, so we should have someone else narrate all the cold-blooded,
apparently.
All the cool stuff he does. He is. Unfortunately, he's also on the injury report this week, which just popped up yesterday on Wednesday. A hamstring injury, so not great when you hear about your wide receiver with a hamstring injury, John.
Well, and anybody who follows his shows, her hamstring injury is always one that at some point you got to test it.
Yeah.
And you sort of really don't know until you test it. Mm-hmm. So I've had people ask me, "You think he'll play?" I'm not the hamstring, so I don't know. But with a wide receiver at that position, hamstring's always smart to be tested. But boy, do you need him on the field.
Yeah. Did you think we'd get to the point where we'd say what happens without Parker?
What do we do without
Right.
Parker?
I mean, listen, he's become an integral part of what they do here on offense. So you're asking Jacoby Myers in his second game to
go-to.
Yeah.
Some other names: Jordan Lewis still not practicing. Anton Harrison, right tackle, did not practice yesterday. We'll keep an eye on that as the week goes along. And but good news: Brenton Strange back at practice for the first time in a month, and hopefully ready to go. Maybe a game time decision, but he looks good so far.
And if he's right, if he's what he was, he's an important enough player to counter a lot of what they're missing. I mean, he's become that important to this team.
Maybe the best player on offense overall,
Maybe
from pound to pound, yeah.
Maybe the best player overall.
And someone that can have impact right away. So we'll keep an eye on that. Enjoy this weekend's game against the Chargers. Come out and see it if you can, because it'll be a good one. And then we'll be back here on Monday to talk about it on Jags A.M.